The film starts with Charlie Matti returning from a pleasant trip with his son and Natalie. When they reach the city, the boy asks to watch a busker perform. Charlie agrees and says he'll be right there after parking the car. However, as he exits the vehicle, several masked men corner him and shoot him. Miraculously, he survives but loses consciousness, recalling a past memory of an old mobster named Old Timer warning him that once in the life of crime, there's no way out. Charlie is rushed to the hospital, and doctors struggle to remove the 22 bullets lodged in his body. Meanwhile, Tony Zakia, a powerful and cruel man, is informed about Charlie's condition. The news about Charlie's shooting is broadcast on national TV, identifying him as a retired mobster. Police Captain Marie Goldman takes an interest in the case and visits the crime scene while Charlie is in surgery. We see another flashback of young Charlie learning that Old Timer was murdered by a rival. In response, Charlie, Tony Zakia, and Kareem kill a mobster named Hernandez, starting their journey into the Mafia world. Back in the present, Marie's superior advises her to drop the case since Charlie is a former mobster. Marie remains determined, hoping to find her husband's killer. She visits Charlie in the hospital, but he remains silent. Frustrated, she leaves as Charlie's lawyer Martin, along with Kareem and Pat, arrives. At night, Captain Marie receives an ominous phone call and spends the night grieving her husband's death. Meanwhile, Kareem resolves to exact vengeance, but Martin advises patience. Kareem instructs Martin to look after Charlie. At the hospital, a man disguised as medical staff sneaks in and shoots the patient in Charlie's room, but it turns out not to be Charlie, as Marie had transferred him. Marie sets up a surveillance crew outside the hospital. The next day, Tony Zakia visits Charlie, expressing relief that he's alive and leaves a greeting card hinting at surveillance. Kareem and Martin then take Charlie from the hospital, with Marie tailing them. Kareem notices and speeds up, asking a friend for help to lose her. They take the car to an old warehouse where one of Tony's men is tied up. The terrified man reveals that Tony sent his men after Charlie because Tony fears Charlie might stand in his way after retiring from their drug business. Later, Kareem advises Charlie to kill Tony, but Charlie hesitates, remembering their oath of friendship. Martin takes Charlie home, where he's greeted by his family. That night, Tony's men kidnap Kareem and cut off one of his fingers as a warning to his family. Charlie, deeply shocked by Kareem's death, attends the funeral and, filled with anger, decides to seek vengeance, asking Pat to take his family to safety. That night, Tony's men have a dinner party, unbothered by their actions. Charlie crashes the party, giving them a chance to say goodbye to their loved ones before he shoots one of them. The next day, Charlie kills another of Tony's men at a graveyard. Realizing Charlie is out for blood, Tony sends his men to ransack Charlie's home, but they find nothing. Charlie, meanwhile, is relaxing on the other side of town with his cat. Martin discovers Charlie's ransacked home and rushes to inform him, unknowingly leading one of Tony's men to Charlie's hideout. Charlie holds off Tony's men while Martin tries to escape by boat but is cornered. Charlie escapes on his motorcycle but is caught after ramming into a police car. This reunites him with Captain Marie Goldman in the interrogation room. Marie reveals that one of the shooters did not aim to kill Charlie, deciding not to arrest him as she believes Tony is behind her husband's murder. Later, Tony celebrates his daughter's wedding. Charlie apprehends one of his men outside the house, demanding data on Tony's drug transactions. Furious, Tony visits his drug lab, ordering his goons to capture Charlie. The next morning, Pat picks up Charlie's children, Anatoly and Eva, from school, but they are kidnapped. Marie arrives too late to stop it, but the police find Eva, who reveals Anatoly will be killed unless Charlie turns himself in. Charlie asks Marie to fake news of his arrest to free his son, promising to surrender once Anatoly is safe. Marie agrees, but Tony, upon hearing the news, orders Anatoly's immediate death. Charlie, tailing the goons sent to kill Anatoly, frees himself from barbed wire and rescues his son. At home, Charly tells his wife they no longer need to hide. The next day, Charly confronts Tony, who still wants to kill him despite their past friendship. Charly gains the upper hand just as the police arrive to arrest Tony for running a drug ring, thanks to evidence provided by Charly. When questioned by the police, they find no evidence of Charly's involvement in crime and release him. Outside, Martin takes Charly to the parking lot where he was shot, revealing Martin as the shooter who aimed away. Feeling betrayed, Charly points his gun at Martin, who explains he couldn't kill Charly. Charly symbolically fires bullets at the wall in appreciation. The final scene shows Charly and his family enjoying a day at the beach, happily walking into the sunset.